Okay, welcome to the lesson on speed and velocity unit conversions. Let's begin. First off, let's look at time conversions. There are 60 seconds in 1 minute and 60 minutes in 1 hour. Therefore, there are 3,600 seconds, 60 times 60 in 1 hour. So let's convert 2 hours into seconds. We multiply 2 hours by 3,600 seconds per hour, cancel out hours, and we get 7,200 seconds. Now let's convert 20 minutes into seconds. There are 60 seconds per minute times 20 minutes. Minutes cancels, and we get 1,200 seconds. Try the following conversions. Just pause the video and try this on your sheet, then check your answers when you're done. So here are the answers. 2.25 hours is 8,100 seconds, and 35 minutes is 2,100 seconds. Units for speed and velocity. The SI unit, the standard international unit for speed and velocity, is meters per second, but you are more familiar with kilometers per hour or miles per hour since that is a speed unit used for cars. It is often necessary to convert from one unit to another. In physics, when in doubt, always convert to SI units. For example, an object travels 44 kilometers in 0.8 hours. Find the velocity of the object in kilometers per hour. Since the distance is in kilometers and the time is already in hours, it's a simple division. We simply divide 44 kilometers by 0.8 hours and we get 55 kilometers per hour. The following steps can be used to convert from kilometers per hour to meters per second. We've done this before when we looked at unit conversions, so this is just a bit of review. We multiply kilometers by 1,000 to convert it to meters. We multiply hours by 3,600 to convert it to seconds. And then we divide meters by seconds to get meters per second. For example, convert 55 kilometers per hour into meters per second. So we go 55 kilometers per hour times 1,000 meters per kilometer times 1 hour per 3,600 seconds, which equals 55,000 meters over 3,600 seconds. And we divide and get 15.3 meters per second. You can also cancel the units, and you should cancel units when you're doing this. So kilometers cancels kilometers, hours cancels hours, and you're left with meters over seconds, meters per second. So we know we've done it correctly. Okay, pause the video now and try questions 1 to 4 from your worksheet questions, and then you can go over the answers when you play the video again. Okay, here are the answers to the questions. Make corrections to any questions that you may have gotten incorrect. If you've gotten them all correct, then you're ready to move on. When solving motion problems, all units must be converted to SI units when performing calculations. For example, an object is moving forward at 25 meters per second. How far will the object travel in 2 hours? This is a conflict because the unit for speed is in meters per second, but the time is in hours. So here we would say the units are not consistent. Whenever you have inconsistent units, the safest thing to do is to convert everything to SI units. So the speed is already in SI units, 25 meters per second. Hours is the unit for time, but it's not SI units. The SI unit is the seconds. You have to convert it. So we convert hours to seconds. Once we do that, then it's a simple calculation to calculate displacement. The answer comes out to 180,000 meters, but for convenience, we can write 180 kilometers. This reduces the number of digits you must write. And you should probably put that in scientific notation as well, just so that you're consistent with sig figs. Here's another example. An object is traveling at 25 kilometers per hour. How far will it travel in 25 minutes? Now notice that both the units for speed and time are not in SI units. So we have to do two conversions. So method one, we convert kilometers per hour to meters per second. Then we convert minutes to seconds. And then we simply multiply to get the final answer. I haven't been consistent with my sig figs here, but when you're doing the questions on the worksheet, please pay attention to sig figs. Okay, try questions 5, 6, and 7 from your worksheet. Pause the video and come back to the video to check your answers. Here are the answers to the questions. Okay, if you've gotten them all correct, then you're ready to move on. Otherwise, go back and make corrections. Here's a final example. An object is traveling at 13 kilometers per hour. How far will it travel in 3 hours? In this case, it is more convenient to leave the units as they are rather than convert to SI at the end if need be. Since the units are both not in SI, but the units are consistent because the speed is in kilometers per hour and the time is in hours, so you can do the calculation as is. So we can simply multiply 13 kilometers per hour times 3 hours, and notice that the units cancel because they are consistent units. So hours cancels hours, and you're left with kilometers. If the question asks for the answer in meters, then you can convert at the end. So it's 39,000 meters. Okay, finish the worksheet questions, and that is the end of the video.